It's because the music's so loud. How's it going? Give me 1 second, guys. Trying to figure out this chat thing. And I can turn my input up a bit too, because I need to be a little louder today. Let's stretch that right there. Oh, it doesn't need to be so big. Whatever. Just drop it. What's up, guys? Thank you. How's that? Is that too loud? Too low? Oh, wait, now it's off. Maybe right there. How about now? Is that better? Or is it still too loud? It's weird because there's no like... Oh, there we go. That's just a little bit, the tiniest. I'm just looking at the meters. What is up? Let me bring this down a little bit. A little too bright in here, huh? Nathan, what's up, man? Good to see you. Dylan, Grimlong. Stang was the first. What's up? What's up? Sounds good to me. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, bear with me. I got some new background track that I need to know how loud to keep it, but it should perpetually play throughout this time. Give me 1 second. How's it going, guys? How's your week been? I gotta turn this AC on. It is hot. I made it early. Always a pleasure to be here with you in chat. What's up, man? Yeah, Nathan. I will say while it's always okay to be late and to not show up at all, those are two fine things. I will say, yeah, you're generally not here whenever we start. So it's nice to see you, man. Okay. Turn this up a little. Well, the music is so low and then it just disappears. Do I have a filter on the background music? Let's see. Music is fine. A little bit in the background is nice. Yeah, I agree. I'm just having a hard time making it completely like... Okay, I think that's good. I'm watching the stream here. Because what sucks is that like I can monitor it, like I can hear it in my headphones, but how I hear it is not how y'all hear it. It's really stupid. I'm not sure why they do that. To me, if I have it blasted all the way up, it's like very quiet. But to you guys, it's like super loud. And I think it's because my audio is turned down. Oh well, I'm just gonna leave it there. Just leave it there. What's up, guys? I wish I could get my PC to auto switch from headsets to speakers when I power on and off my headset. Yeah, I think there are like 2 headsets that actually do that, Dylan. The one I can think of specifically is the NZXT ones. They released a line of speakers and headphones that do do exactly that. I mean, you have to buy a whole new set, but so don't do it. But it's an option, you know. It exists, and that's cool. But yeah, that's one thing I really like about Apple, is that when I put the Apple headphones on, boom, switch to headphones. When I take them out, switch back to speakers, like just instantly. It's so nice. Mr. Shy Guy, what's up, man? Good to see you again. Dylan, while not auto, but the Stream Deck plugin is very nice for that. Oh, yeah. Stream Deck does a lot of plugins for stuff like that, too. Forgot about that. Your Xbox does it? PC's just behind, I guess. Or maybe it's just Windows. Windows is just behind. Nathan says, all good here. Quite cold here, given it is winter here down under in Australia. Nathan, it is sweltering here. I'm telling you, every day where I live is... The last week has been about 38, 39 degrees every day. But you know that. I know it's hot in Australia too during the hot months, but yeah, I wish it was cold here. So hope you and your family are staying warm. Guys, I got something to show. I got a little this is for the OGs. Very excited. It usually comes in a bottle, but the Zero only comes in the can, so. So good. It's 100 all week this week too. Yeah, in my car will show the outside temperature. And I was driving and I'm like, man, it's pretty warm. And I looked at the outside temperature. It's like 102. I'm like, God, this sucks. I hate summer. Hate it, man. It is like basically 2 or 3 months where I just don't do anything. I don't want to go outside. Back to the fries days. Nice. Yeah. I actually got this from Micro Center. When did they put balls in a can? So balls has been in a can for a long time. Specifically, I think they were bought out by another company like 10 plus years ago. And at that time, they wanted to cut costs, so they couldn't afford the bottles anymore. So you can still get bottled. They have bottled of their original, the cherry, the orange, the root beer. All of those are still in the bottle. But for some reason, the Zero, which is 0 sugar, 0 calories or whatever, they do have this in a bottle, but it's really rare for some reason. Like, I've seen it before and I've had it, but I don't know why. This specific flavor is just so rare to find. Like, if you go to Micro Center, they don't carry them in bottles. So whatever. Zero sugar balls. I need that in my life. Oh, hell yeah. It's been quite a while since I've seen a Jason live. Love what you do, man. Thanks, Frog Slayer. How's it going, man? I always recognize you from the comments. Thanks for giving good insight and nice comments that are a good way to spark conversation with the community and not necessarily just being a butthole. So always appreciate a nice commenter. We love that. Have you tried the root beer? I haven't. I see it, but always just stick with cherry. I don't really drink sodas that have sugar in them, so I have not tried it, but I'm sure it's good. I used to drink the OG bowls. I would chug balls, and so I'm sure the root beer is good. I've heard the orange is good, and I've heard the cherry is good. Yeah, but I'm an OG Zero guy. But yeah, I got 3 of these from Micro Center the other day. I was there yesterday. Love it, man. It's a blast from the past. Back in, like, I want to say 2004, maybe in 2002, maybe I was drinking these. It's probably my first energy drink. So going back, the LAN centers I would go to would have sodas and stuff, and then they would also have this. This is before Red Bull was big in America. So, man, I love the hell out of it. Would go to a LAN center, go do the all-nighter thing. So pay, like, how much was it back then? $20. Play for 12 hours on their computers with a bunch of people you either know or don't know, or you get to know. Super fun. Playing Battlefield. It's like all the same game franchises, ironically enough. Then eventually WoW. And then they would order pizza for everyone. So with that $20, you'd also get free pizza and a soda. And then you can buy this stuff on the side. That was a good time, man. Every single weekend for like years. As a teenager, that's what I did. I would say for like 6 years. I would say my entire, like, from like age like 11 or 10 till like 16 or 17. That's what I did every weekend. Would go and play Counter-Strike, Battlefield, all these different things, and you would meet people at these LAN centers. So you'd see them every week. So like, while you might not talk during the week, you're gonna see them there, and you're gonna play games together and have a good time. And it was really, really a good time. He's already on Wiki Feet. Please no. If we hit the goal for the treadmill PC, will your feet be bare? I'm not asking myself. I'm asking for Grimlong. Okay, good question. And that's a great segue into bringing it up. If you're new here, we do a super chat goal now. Basically, we're trying. I'm gonna put up a goal every week to build on to what to do for the next stream. And we're starting at like $50, basically saying that if we get $50 in donations in super chat specifically, it has to be a super chat. I don't have any other way to do it. We will do this next week. And so what this will be is I will have 2 cameras, one on the computer and then one on my feet. Yes. On a treadmill, walking while I build a computer at the same time. So it's going to be a bit of a challenge setting all that up, but I think it'll be really fun. Will my feet be bare? The answer is no, because walking bare feet on a treadmill is, especially if it's going to be for like 2 hours, it's going to hurt. And I don't want you to see my feet, so there's that too. I'll probably be in socks. Socks are usually enough, but maybe shoes, but yeah. But yeah, I will have a camera on my feet the whole time, and then we'll have a camera on the computer as well as I'm trying to do it. I'll be at a desk too. It's a standing desk, but I'll be walking on it. And we'll see if we can do it. I don't know. Could be tough. But yeah, so if y'all want to work towards that goal, appreciate it. Just hit the super chat button, donate, and then I don't know. I'm thinking, yeah, no free feed, exactly. I had a few other ideas for stuff to do, and so how we're going to do it is that if this one doesn't pan out, it means people didn't want it. And so we just move on to the next one, and that's fair. That's for the OnlyFans? Oh my gosh. I only walk barefoot on the treadmill? Really? It hurts, man. Maybe I have bad feet. I don't know. Like when I walk barefoot on the treadmill, it like hurts my feet a lot. Maybe I just need to get used to it. I just don't like as the treadmill moves, it starts to heat up. You know what I mean? Because of the friction. And so it just starts getting warm, and just like, I just hate that feeling of walking on that, whatever the treadmill's made out of, canvas or whatever. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. Not for me. I don't want to. It's for Grimlong. Sorry, Dylan. Yeah, I know it's for Grimlong. Might be. Soft feet. It might be, yeah. I'm old, like mid-30s. I remember the balls crazy in the PC space, in the bar space. Super fun times. Yeah, man, for sure. I don't know if it was my first, but my favorite was Full Throttle. It was like a sweeter, less carbonated Mountain Dew. Yeah, dude. Back at the time, after balls kind of fell off, like it was really hard to find in stores. Like you'd have to go to like a Fry's or a Land Center to find one. I transitioned to Full Throttle, which was delicious. Full Throttle is very citrus flavored. It's very citrus forward, and I think it still tastes pretty good. They had Full Throttle. Then we also had Amp, which was owned by Mountain Dew, so it tasted like Mountain Dew. Amp was delicious. Amp is now Mountain Dew Energy, and then now it's Mountain Dew Rise, I think. Hell yeah. What's up, Reluctant Hero? Dude, that goes so hard. I don't care. I love that alert. Dude, it worked. Remember last week we had issues? You could... Oh, this works? I disappointed Grimlong. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Get to stepping and building. What's up, Reluctant Hero? Good to see you, man. You can super chat like this. I would have done more, but you disappointed Grimlong. Look, if we hit $100, I'll do barefoot for a few seconds, and I'll censor it. Oh, damn it! Oh man, damn it! Frog Slayer with $50, basically blowing out the entire goal off the bat. I'll be honest, I was kind of hoping we didn't hit it. Damn it. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, Frog Slayer the GOAT. Props to Frog Slayer. Thanks, man. Appreciate it. He said, Mo Fodala, my man, you effed up. That's awesome. You just messed up, son. All right, I guess we're building a computer next week. On a treadmill. It's going to be a nightmare to set up, man. But it'll be fun. Thank you. Thank you to Frog Slayer, Dylan, Reluctant Hero. Appreciate it, man. Let me see those feet. See, you keep saying it's for Grimlong, but then you just put like 100 exclamation points, Dylan. I'm starting to think, and this might be a conspiracy theory, but I'm starting to think that you want to see my feet, not Grimlong. Grimlong hasn't spoken about my feet often. I feel like it's you. Like, am I crazy here? If I crazy for thinking that? I don't know. I feel like it's you, not Grimlong. But thanks again to everyone. Yeah, that's awesome. Frog Slayer, Dylan, Ruxin Hero, you guys are awesome. Appreciate it. Super, super nice. I guess we're building a computer next week. That's awesome. Thanks, man. And I have some really good ideas for the weeks after too. If you weren't here last week, basically I said I'm not going to do streams where I just talk about nothing for 2 hours. I want each stream to have a specific goal and to have like something fun and interesting to do that makes it worth watching. Not just turn on the stream and talk. I don't want to do that. So I'm hoping to keep it going and like stay consistent every Monday at this time and do some cool stuff. And if y'all have any ideas, go to the Discord and drop them in there. We'll do them. I remember Dollar, Dylan, and Grimlong from PC Bros chat. Yeah, those guys are everywhere, man. If I ever click on the Toasty Bros Discord server, there's a very, very good chance that Grimlong is like on the front page of the main chat. How long have we been going? It's been 30 minutes already? Oh, not really. I started early. That's right. For this week, we're doing a studio tour, guys. That's exciting. And so if I did a studio tour for like a mainline video, it would have to be very truncated, right? Because I don't want to make like an hour-long video. And so that's why I never did it, because I just don't think people want to watch a 10-minute video of me talking about a room. But if you're in the stream, it means you're like a cool guy and a smart person. So you don't mind me babbling about little specific details. So this studio office tour will be a little bit more in depth. I'll go into detail of things. And so if that's boring to you, I'm sorry. I'll try to make it as interesting as I can, and feel free to pop any questions you have. Like, feel free to stop me. Looking forward to hearing about the cameras and lighting. Yes, that is a big portion of it. Some people find that stuff very interesting. Some people find it very boring. So stay for the stuff. Maybe if something's boring, we'll move on quickly, but I'll try to get to everyone and give like why I do stuff. And I am streaming from a laptop right now, and I found the best way to do this is to just pull the laptop and the camera and just carry them with me. And so basically, like, if we're going to go look at that shelf back there, I'm going to put the laptop on that table and then just use the camera handheld. Or if we're going to go in the closet, pull the laptop over there on battery and stream. So I'm hoping it works. I'm hoping nothing disconnects. We should be good on Wi-Fi. This stream is not running too high of a bit rate, and my Wi-Fi is pretty good. But bear with me if anything does go wrong after the fact. There is a strange obsession with Jason's feet, or feet in general. Why? Maybe because I am old. Nathan, I will say there is... You being old or not has no correlation with the feet obsession being weird. That is not your fault. Just so we're clear. Dylan says, I've been asking to see Matt's feet for like 2 years. I mean, Grimlong has been, not me. Put your money where your flying car. Jason's taking me to his closet. Y'all will get to see in the closet. So I guess we can get started. I don't know how long it's going to take. So I will go into a little bit more detail. I don't need this anymore. So I guess we'll start here. We'll start at the desk, and I'll turn the camera around in a second. Basically, yeah, this is my desk. All right, just tour over. I don't know what else is there. No, I'll show y'all. So these are actually some new headphones I got. If y'all have seen me before, you probably saw me rocking the HyperX Cloud Alphas, which are famous for having a 300-hour battery life. They're really good wireless headphones. I like them a lot, but they don't have the best sound quality and isolation when you're editing. So specifically with editing, I was having issues, and I do a lot of editing. So I got these recently on a really good price, the DT990 Pro X. These are open back headphones that require an interface, which luckily I already have. And I do like them a lot. They are super comfortable. My goodness, I could wear these all day. Look how soft and plushy they are. Like, these are super nice. And then I wear them when I'm gaming too. So I've been liking these a lot. I just love your videos, man. Thanks for everything you do. You've brought much more than $50 of value to my life. I assure you that. Oh, dude, thank you so much. That's so nice. Thank you. Yeah. I think if you're, I know you're a longtime viewer, Frog Slayer. Thank you for that. I will say, if you've noticed, I'm not the kind of channel to help people make money. That's why I don't do flipping content. I want to save people money. Does that make sense? Like, help you bring value to your life, not necessarily like how to get dosh. You know what I mean? So I appreciate that. It's always super nice to see the videos in action, and like I love people saying like, I built my first PC because of you. I got into PC gaming because of you, and it is very weird. I was looking up something the other day. Like I Googled RTX 3070 value something. I was looking up a specific question. I went to the first thing. It was some website that was fairly popular, a news site, and it was talking about the 3070. And it's like, here are some videos explaining what we're talking about, and my video was one of them, and that was very strange. That was very, very, very. I don't know. Like I know it's a thing, obviously, but it's weird to see it in action when you like get flashbanged by something you created that you think you're in your own little world, but then you see it out in the wild. It must be like how celebrities and models feel when they see themselves on a billboard. Like they did the action, they modeled, but to see it in real life is very strange, but very cool. What kind of PC are you chatting from? That's a good question. I'll get into that in a second. Did you see that tone deaf Meta PC's video today? It was kind of anti-budget, bro. I have not seen that yet, but I heard someone talk about it a little bit. What else is on my desk? My mic. So this used to be a fine mic. This is my desk mic that I mostly use for stream. When I do voiceovers for like shorts or for videos, I'll do it from here. This is an Audio Technica. It's the newer one. It used to be 2020. I think they're called 2030s now, maybe. It's like the one above 2020. It's pretty good. It's not anything like a Shure SM7B, but I don't need that anyway because that requires a lot more extra stuff. And sitting at my desk talking to my mic isn't my main job. I don't usually use it, but I have been able to use it in videos, so it's been cool. Your video is recent data. It's much needed in these times. Yeah, that's true. I think that's why it shows up a lot, because I will do updates on stuff like the 3050 in 2026 or whatever. And so like trying it in new games, which is helpful data. Because like if you're looking up from a graphics card review from like 4 years ago, they're testing games from 4 years ago, but people are still buying them used now. So they need updated numbers, like new drivers that have come out, like how's it hanging in there. So like that's why I really like doing those videos too, even if they don't, pop off as much. I think it's super helpful. Okay, mic here. This arm is an Elgato low profile one. I used to do like the overhead ones, but I feel like the low profile one is so much better. And if y'all know what this is, that's my light. I leave it on here because this is magnetic. I like the low profile one because it is just in and out. Like the big ones, they're hanging, they kind of just get in the way. This one I can just like push it out of the way. I like it a lot. A few other people make low profile ones, but the Elgato one was only like $5 more. So let's see. I want to do as much as I can sitting down here before I take it off battery. Let me swap this around. No. Boom. Okay. So I'm gonna try to stay here as long as I can. Okay. Here's the desk. I'm gonna do a big swing of the desk once I eventually stand up. Here goes my drink that I spilled. What you've done? Oh my god! Don't put cables on your desks, guys. That mouse pad is effed. Let's see. Look at that, Dylan. This is on you, man. That is on you. Don't worry too much. Okay, so because I have a long cable on, that's why it's kind of weird. GameSir controller? No. So let's start there. This is the 8BitDo Ultimate 2 wireless controller. This is kind of like, I mean, no shame to GameSir, but this is kind of like their primo product. but it's still not that cheap. I think it's like 40 bucks. It goes on sale all the time. I just like this one the most because it has the dock, and I never have to worry about charging it. I can just throw it on and it'll just sit there. If I had like a living room desk setup, or no, sorry, a living room setup, I don't know if I'd like this. Like, where are you supposed to put that? Maybe like underneath, but I don't know. I think it's really good for a desk, but these are just like, what are these called? Magnetic tray holders. I basically drop any like, look, just random USB, any like screws from like from builds I'm doing that they just need to get out of the way. There's like a memory card in here. Like, these get cleaned out periodically, so it's not always this bad, but yeah, it's just random screws or different pieces from yeah, coins, and these get cleared out like every month or every month or two. I mean, this one has, yeah, a bunch of other stuff. Let me see. This is a 1 terabyte SSD, micro SD card reader. This is a power button. This is for my test bench, so if you don't want to like use a screwdriver to bridge the pins, you can just use this and it'll power it on. It came with it. That's the SD for my camera. Bunch of other SD, like SD. This should all get organized. A lot of them, I use stuff like this sometimes, which I'm sure you're aware of. These are like USB-C to A and USB-A to C. This kind of stuff gets used all the time, so I like to keep it nearby. The clock is fire. Yeah, let me explain this clock. I've had this clock for a while. Let me clean this up. I don't want to... let's move down the line. This is a... man, I have so many SD cards. They should be in here. This is an SD card holder I got in like I want to say 2012. You can 3D print stuff like this now, but back then this was not that easy to find. I had to buy it online. And this was a great way to hold micro SD cards, and well, it's like really mostly micro SD cards and then one adapter. But there was a time where all of these were full. But I've been doing them. You can't hide money, Jace. You can't hide money. Jason has like 5,000 worth of storage in an ashtray. 5,000. I don't know about that. I think this might be worth like 100 something, but that's about it. So yeah, I'll usually put my SD cards in here. I just need to get it organized. This is little filters for the camera I'm using right now. Not that impressive. I'm still testing them, so it's whatever. This is my DJI mic. I haven't been using this as much. It came with the camera. I don't know. It's sometimes you'll see me holding it in videos. Sometimes I put it on my shirt. I'm still trying to figure out how to use this properly. I like this. I'm gonna use this when I go to PAX because it's a really high quality mic, wireless lav mic. Chat, how long do you think it took him to hide all the shaky toys? He's got RAM. Get him. Hello, can I ask Steam Deck question? Yeah, of course. Go for it. Love that mouse pad. Is that an 8BitDo dongle? Yeah, this is the dongle for that controller right now, actually. Yeah. I was using it downstairs, so it's not in the computer right now. This, if y'all are smart people, you might recognize this. This is the XTE Ink X4, and it's just a e-reader, but very, very small. And I like it because I keep it here because there are times where I just very quickly want to read, or if I take it with me. I put that thing on the back. Yeah. So it's just a small e-reader that turns on. It lasts forever, and it's super nice to just jump back into a book that you're working on. And this is using custom firmware that is much better than the bullshit they give you. It's pretty nice. Y'all might have seen that. You want to do some Nobe man on the street style interviews at PAX? I think I might. Yeah. I'm going to see Nobe there. We're meeting up. And so I might help him shoot some stuff, and I might shoot some stuff on my own. I'm not good at that kind of stuff. I'm not good at approaching people and like making them talk to me. So we'll see. I'm going to shoot some stuff for sure, but it might not be man on the street stuff. Yes, this is this clock. I forget who makes this. I want to say Ulanzi. Right, there it is. This is a really cool clock that you can actually add any API to it, and so it can pull from like basically anything. It's really cool. So I just have it alternating through the date, the time, and we're using military time, and then it shows my YouTube subscribers. Yeah, it only does up to the 100 though, so this will be 3,700 until it becomes 3,800. Does that make sense? And then it just kind of rotates these, but you can do anything. I've seen people do it for Twitch. I've seen it do for like at home assistant type stuff. And it's all done through software. It's really cool. And it does run on battery, but the battery dies obviously. So like I could unplug this, but it'll just die eventually. So there's no point. It doesn't last that long. And it's constantly having to pull from Wi-Fi. You know what I mean? So it just burns that battery. I don't know why they have a battery. It doesn't really matter. But it is pretty cool. I actually like this a lot. Yeah. I try to hide it in videos because you don't want a clock in the background because it like hurts continuity. You know what I mean? And it's distracting too. So I don't. Sometimes you'll see if you look in a video, sometimes it'll be like this because I just shut it down. That's where it's at. You can do so many shorts with that kind of with little editing. I agree. It is pretty easy. I just need to figure out. I need to gain the confidence to talk to strangers on the street like that. Not that kind of guy. I've done it in the past. I have some stuff from LTX, and maybe things are better now. I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. I might hold a sign up at PAX that says, "Come talk to me. I'll give you $1." We'll see. Okay, moving down. Yes, this is a little shelf that came with my desk. It just holds that stuff. Below it is a Sound Blaster GS3. I think this is a soundbar from, I want to say Gigabyte of all people. Yeah, do you know Gigabyte makes soundbars? Oh, no, sorry, Creative. Might be. Creative makes this. This is just because I don't like having onboard speakers, but I also don't need like I don't need the best of the best when it comes to speakers because I'm almost always using headphones. So this is basically like last case scenario, but it has a nice little knob here. It sounds good enough, I'll say, and you just saw it on the screen. If I control the knob here, it turns the volume up and down. So it's pretty good, but it's nothing to write home about. I use the Windows doggles. I use the Windows dongles for the Elite Series 2 controllers and Xbox headsets with PC, and they work super awesome, like the same as they work with the Series X. Awesome, very cool. Yeah, I actually used to use, when I used Xbox controllers on my computer, I had the USB that they provided. I even have like the really fat one still. I think they made them really small nowadays. Back then, that thing was huge, really cool. Let's move it along. This is my editing mouse. It's not a Logitech mouse. I did use a Logitech MX Master 3. It kept getting double click issues after about 2 years, so I had to retire it. I still have it. I might try to fix it, but we'll see. This is a mouse from Keychron. And if the specific thing about this is that it has a horizontal scroll. I don't know if the light is showing that. Yeah, so this is a scroll that goes left and right. And so the idea is that this goes up and down, but if you are editing, you want to go left and right based on like your timeline. So this is like super, super unbelievably helpful. I mean, I could edit without it if I really had to, but I don't really like to. Like this is the way to go if you're a video editor. So this saves me a lot of time. And speaking of saving time, I've been trying to, I haven't set this up yet. This is from Ulanzi as well. And I wanted to use this because on my keyboard, when I'm editing, I only use like a couple of buttons. And so I wanted to see if I could replace my left hand while editing with this so I can control knobs easier and use these 3 buttons, 2 buttons. So like my right hand would be on the mouse and my left hand would be on this specifically for video editing. And I thought it could streamline it because I'm a really slow editor. So I haven't set it up yet, but this was like a recent purchase that I'm trying to make so I can just make it a little easier, you know. We just need speakers for sound every now and then. I have the same. Oh yeah, pretty much. That's exactly it, Renato. It's like not too often do I use it. I'm almost always headphones, but just very rarely. What is double clicking all about? Is it frequent enough for mice that it really needs a replacement? It is when you're talking about video editing. So if I was gaming, it wouldn't be that big a deal. But the problem is that if I'm doing very precise cuts on a video editing timeline, and it's like, let's say I'm doing this because I'm able to hold the mouse down. But what if I was doing this and halfway through it just let go? Right? That's also double click. Like you think it's just double clicking literally. No, it's also just like I'm holding down this as hard as possible. And on the MX Master, it would just let go sometimes. And so when I'm dragging stuff and it lets go half the time and it just drops it on there and it just keeps doing that on repeat forever and forever, it's just not a good time. Like it truly is like the worst experience ever. So it just can't work on editing. If I'm playing a game, it's not the end of the world, but for very precise editing work or workstation stuff, I can't have it. It's just not going to happen. So that's why. I didn't clean this either. So I tried not to clean anything, guys. I wanted this to be as real as possible. So you're going to see things might be a little dirty or like cat hair everywhere. This is my gaming mouse, actually. And you can see I've got the neck beard drippings. I mean, it's old. That's why it's mostly dirty. And the way I hold it is just really tight. I don't know what that came from. I think this might be from thermal paste. And then it gathered cat hair. This is from Asus, actually. This is an ROG Harpy. And it's an ultralight mouse that I just like the colors of. So if you like, it's nothing fancy. It's got a really great sensor. It's got 3 connection mode. I just really like the colors, to be honest. And the battery lasts a long time. Very simple. That's what I use for gaming. I could use this for gaming if I really wanted to, but meh. Okay, let's move on to, let's not do the keyboard yet. Let's get my phone off of this. Let's do the audio interface. Okay, so this is the audio interface I use. So this is where my headphones are plugged into, and this is my microphone that you're listening to me on right now. This uses an XLR cable that goes into the microphone, and you know, instead of having to negotiate with USB every time, using XLR is nice because you can really just swap your mics out, and these cables last much longer, and just a better overall. I don't know if the sound is any better technically, but this is more of a universal thing within cameras, so that's what I use. And then I can control the gain from here and the monitoring, and this are the headphones, and so this plugs into the computer via USB-C. I don't really get into audiophile stuff. I'm not a audiophile guy, so this is like a very cheap one, and it's been totally fine. I have no need to do anything more than this. That's all I need. This is my thing to hold my Apple Watch, to charge up top, put my phone here, MagSafe, and then I have AirPods. Sometimes I charge them here too. I like to have them here because if I'm working at my desk, I want my phone to look at me. Does that make sense? So I can see notifications. And it can be slow charge because it's sitting at my desk. That's okay. Those are some notebooks I use to write in sometimes if I need to take notes. This is an Anker. What are these called? Multi-charger things. This is a really high-powered one. I think it's like 220 watts. So you can really fast charge like 4 laptops on this and be totally fine. I just use it as like an extra place to charge things like my headphones or my keyboard or sometimes camera equipment. It just gets charged here. So it's kind of hanging on the side. And these cables just kind of dangle off whenever I need them. Moving down, keyboard. Keyboard is kind of a newer addition. I'll admit this is a new edition. I don't even know what it's called. This is from a few months ago. This is a Mage G Lite 87. Mage G Lite 87. And I kind of like it. I don't know if it can pull up the sound, but it does sound pretty good. It's wireless. Got that nice RGB. I like that it has the letters on here so I can actually see them. I feel like a lot of them, when they put them up here, the lights are so bright you can't see the letters. Does that make sense? And so I really hate that. So I like this one. I don't mess with the RGB. It just turns on. Yeah, it's good enough. I don't really need a numpad, so I don't have one. And then if y'all are used to watching me build PCs, you know my Gengar mat. This gets replaced pretty often. This is one I got a year ago. Move this cable. Oh, it's right in the front. I got this from like Temu or AliExpress or something. It's pretty good quality actually for it, but you can tell it's just dirty. Like I just spilled a drink on it. And this isn't meant for a mouse pad. It's actually meant for playing cards, so it's not as thick as you would expect from a mouse pad. It's much thinner. I think it's only like 1 or 2 when usually it's 4, if you know those numbers. And look, you can even tell it's like got really bad stitching. Like this is a very cheap pad. You just tell, but it's fine. Like I don't need anything fancy. I like the design. As long as the design looks good and doesn't look low quality, which is like a big pet peeve of mine, I'm cool with it. I'm cool. Okay. Need a break. Need a talking break. Gotta re-energize, guys. This is the hardest I've ever worked in my entire life. Let's see what chat is saying. I use a SteelSeries Prime Wireless Plus. Nice. SteelSeries is always good. I mean, Hero G502 or bust, right? I used the G502 a long time ago before the Hero sensors were out. So yeah, I've used one. I kind of like them. Headphones are definitely the superior audio experience. Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, there's less to mess around with. Maybe I don't do everything. So it's just too much. Okay, so I got my 2 monitors. There's you guys. 2 monitors. This is the Asus, not sponsored by Pulse, by the way. Yeah, it's not. I wish it was. This is the Asus 32-inch 4K, I want to say 240 hertz OLED. It is my end game monitor. There will never be a time in the foreseeable future where I will need either more than 4K, more than 240 hertz, or anything else other than OLED. So like this is my end game. No matter what I'm running, I will never have to worry about monitor ever again for a long time. So this thing is great. Had no problems. Looks fantastic. This is another 32-inch monitor. This is a little bit cheaper one. It's from Gigabyte. This one's also 4K. It's mostly for video editing stuff. I'll just throw up stuff on it, but yeah, it has to be 4K as well. So, but this is the main draw. And right now I have my MacBook plugged into it, so it's not for gaming. But this is a light I got a long time ago. It's a ripoff of those very expensive ones you've seen on like those YouTubers who pretend to want to spend $100 on them. No, this thing was like $5. Don't spend $100 on a desk lamp, guys. Mr. C&D, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Over here is what's powering the stream right now. This is my M4 MacBook Air. So this whole stream is being ran on that right now. And it's plugged into this Thunderbolt 4 dock. I don't know what this is. I recommended it to Dylan recently. Yeah, I think it's from StarTech. Yeah. StarTech. And so this is just how you can plug in all the peripherals because MacBooks suck for that kind of stuff. And so then I have a powered USB hub underneath here that plugs in like all of the mics and the cameras and lights and all that stuff gets plugged into this. My micro SD reader for the camera stuff gets all plugged into here. And then there's the there. It's not very pretty, but it gets out of the way. I'm an old man, so I have a printer. I print a lot of stuff because I ship a lot of stuff. I'm someone who has to constantly ship things because, computer parts, they need to get repaired, or products get sent in, they need to get sold afterwards. So like I print a lot of stuff. So this is for printer. This is also for orders I do. This was like a little cheap, those things like thermal printers, so you don't have to buy ink. So if I ever need to use this, I have these 2 things. And then this is a scale if I need to weigh any of the packages I'm sending, and some plastic and some, this is all like my shipping station, I suppose. And then next to it is the benchmark area. So this is my right side of my desk where I do all of my benchmarks. So because the benchmarks are done here, I run a, basically how it works is that I have a gaming computer right here, usually, There's the monitor, mouse, keyboard, controller, even. Plug it all in. I have Ethernet running back here and power. So you see that power Ethernet. And then I will plug in this. This is my capture card. This is an AverMedia 4K 2.1. Basically, what it means is that I get to record in 4K 60 and output 4K 60. So I can plug everything into here, and it means I get to see what's on the screen here. But then also, a USB-C cable will go to that dock over there from this, and then I can pull it up in OBS here and record it. That means I can record benchmarks and gameplay without affecting the performance of it by having overhead from like OBS or any kind of recording software. So this is necessary to get like truly good recordings without having too much overhead. Some people will just run it on the computer. That's okay, but you're losing maybe upwards of 5, maybe even 10%, depending on how old the computer is. So this just makes sure that I get a clean output to the computer or to my computer that I'm recording on and to the actual computer running the tests. And then, so I'll just have the USB-C running from here to here. And that's basically it. So I like it because I can use my computer over here, just move my chair over here, and then do the benchmarks over here. Does that make sense? There's no computer there now because I'm not benchmarking one, but I am making a computer right now for a benchmark, so it'll be pretty cool. Let's go down. That is my portable air conditioner. That is 100% necessary, and if it's not there, I would die. It's connected. It exhausts through that window right there behind this thing. I need that forever. It's not always on. It's not even on right now, but I will usually put it on little bit by little bit. My Alex drawer. This is just where I keep cables and that kind of stuff. I'm not going to go through every one, although I will go through this. This one has a bunch of paints and stuff for Warhammer that I will pull out all at once. So this is the Warhammer drawer. And then the other ones are like cables and power banks and that kind of stuff. There's my, look, I'm telling you, it's not cable managed right now. Things aren't looking very pretty. Oh my God. That's my UPS, keeps everything online. Make sure if the power flickers while I'm exporting a video, it doesn't completely destroy it. I have this small chair here that I use to put my feet on. And if I'm sitting in a video, I usually sit in these so that you can't get the back. Like you can't see the back of the chair in the video. It'll just be the stool. So that's useful. Okay, get a bigger shot. I'm trying to, there we go. So it's more of a zoomed out view of it all. This table is a standing desk that was provided from, I want to say their name was like Vernal. And so if anyone's been watching, I appreciate the cable nudity, no shame. Yeah, dude. They are usually pretty good, but I mean, I always am like unplugging stuff, man, and like replugging stuff. I don't have time to be constantly doing that. You know what I mean? To replugging everything in perfectly. Like I try to keep it as tidy as I can, but things fall out. Like, what are you going to do? I don't want it to be super tight because then whenever I have to go in there and unplug it, it's going to be a lot more work. So I don't do it. This is the desk by Vernal. And if you have watched the channel for a while, I explained this. They were sponsoring a video and they sent this desk over and I was excited for it. So I got rid of my old desk, which is back there. This was the desk I was using before. Okay. And then I got that out. I got all my stuff moved. I got it in the other room. I'm like, okay, I'm ready for this desk. They sent the desk. I spent all day putting it together and it didn't work. Like it didn't go up and down. Very annoyed. And then I told them and they're like, okay, well, we'll send you another one. So they sent another one. I had to get all of it out, get all this crap out, rebuild it. Still didn't work. Did not go up and down. Okay. Long story short, did it again. They sent a third desk, still didn't work. And by the third desk, I'm like, look, your products don't work. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm sure I've seen them. I've seen people say good things about them. I even saw that LTT they sponsored LTT. But for me, the desk I got, they sent me 3 duds. And I don't know why. After about 6 months, I think, I mean, I had it set up. So I'm like, you know what? I know it's not a standing desk, but it takes up so much of the room and it is helpful. they're like, all right, keep the desk, even though it doesn't go up and down. And so for the longest time, it didn't go up and down. I don't know, just randomly. And then one day I accidentally pressed the up and down button and it did go up and down. 6 months later, something happened with the cabling that it just works now. Nothing else changed. Nothing was different. It just worked. Everything was plugged into the same way. And so now it does go up and down. But I don't know what happened. I don't know. So it does go up and down now, but and I like the L desk, but man, that was a big headache. Three desks, 3 times I had to deal with this. And this is a big thing. It takes up the whole room. It's a huge desk. This was so frustrating. But it works now, so I'm not gonna complain. Nerd, bro, nerd. What are you talking about? Oh, bro. Let me refresh this. Yeah, that's the main desk part. That's like the part I think people care about the most. What if there's a battery that needed to What if there's a battery that needed to charge and never had enough before you sent it back? I thought of that too. So I didn't like immediately try it, didn't work, and then I stopped. We went back and forth for like a week each time, troubleshooting, giving me all this different stuff, telling me what to do. This wasn't me saying it's broken, give me a new one. You know what I mean? There was a lot of back and forth, and like even video calls, and they just didn't work. If you ask them, they said there's no battery. I had it plugged in for a week each time. It needed to charge. It's plugged into the same outlet it was back then. I don't know. And the outlets work because I had my previous standing desk was there. I don't know. But yeah, three times I'm like, look, I can't work with y'all because I can't recommend a product that takes 3 times to get it done. You know what I mean? So I had to just drop them, and they were cool about it, but you could tell they were slightly annoyed. At Warhammer, any self-respecting man only paints D&D minis. Most of my D&D these days is online, unfortunately. So we don't really do much in-person play, so we don't paint minis. But I have painted D&D minis. Okay. This is my main camera. This is a FX30 from Sony, and I like it because it shoots in 4K, and I think it can go up to 120 hertz. Not hertz, sorry, FPS. This can go up to 120 FPS if you have the settings right and have the right SD card and all that. I think you need a V90. It's using a cheap Viltrox lens on it right now, but I've used Sigma and Sony in the past, and this is just a cheap widescreen one. This is the main camera I use on the channel, but recently, I don't know if y'all have noticed, in the last 2 or 3 videos, I have not used this. I wanted to see if I could get away with shooting stuff on an action camera, and if anyone noticed, but no one did. So that means no one needs expensive cameras, guys. Nobody apparently cares. But yeah, this is my main thing. It's got a cage on it, and the cage just like, if you're a camera guy, you know it just holds everything together and gives you more mounting points. And this is another, hold on. There you go. A thing to put where I used to have a monitor that went on top. I don't have it anymore. This is a thing that like helps you plug in HDMI, all that stuff. But yeah, just my main camera on this cheap little small rig tripod. And that's the main camera that gets used for the channel, and it's just sitting up here because I was using it to shoot the thumbnail for this stream. Let's see, anything else over here? That is like a DJI mic, a power bank, the controller for that. This is a bag for the camera. Just like a bunch of crap. It doesn't really matter. None of that's interesting. But that is the main setup desk. Notice no, I did not notice at all. Like for real, look great. No shit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The camera I'm using to shoot this stream is the camera I shot the last 3 videos on. So I don't know. I think people just don't really care. So excited to hear about this action cam then. It's okay, so the action cam is not an action cam. Well, I guess technically it is. It's the camera I'm using to shoot this right now. I shot the last 3 videos on this channel using exclusively this, and nobody cared. No one commented. Not one person said, hey, the quality is lower. Even though it was lower. Like, if you go back and look at it now, you're like, yeah, this isn't as good as it usually is. But it's like, not so bad that you're like, wait, this is unwatchable. You know what I mean? Here, let me see if I can. I think this might work out. The camera that I'm shooting this on is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. This action cam has shot the last 3 full videos. This tiny little camera in glorious 4K. Although I did upload them in 1080p. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. People don't care, I guess. No, they don't care. Over here, I'm getting dark. I need to up this. These are some sandbags. And if you're ever done video production, you need sandbags. Basically, sandbags are just heavy bags of sand that you throw on stuff to make sure they don't fall over, because you put really heavy, top heavy stuff on the top, like lights, and then you need something heavy on bottom to hold them down. I don't use them that often, but they are helpful because sometimes these things just fall over and that sucks. So you throw a bag of sand on the bottom and it just makes it super heavy. This is my main C stand I've had for a while, and right now it's just using my, I want to say my Neewer light and bulb. What is this called? This is my big light. Usually I'll use this to light the entire scene, not necessarily like just me specifically because it's too big. This is more or less to like light the room, and you see I have it pointed at the ceiling right now to just give a gentle light in the room. That might be boring, but for some people it's important. And it's using this, I think this is from Neewer. Both the light and the globe box on top are both from Neewer. And then I don't know where the C stands from. It's from some Chinese company. But the C stand is super nice because it's super heavy duty and it can handle something that is like very heavy on top. This part, if you see, hold on. That part right there, this stretches out, and so you can make it really long like this vertically, and then you can hang a camera from it and get a top-down shot that isn't connected to the camera. So if I ever do top-down shots, I can usually use that. Right now it's pointing down, but it can turn like this. And so you'll just have like a nice stick that you can tie a camera to and aim it down so you can look at the camera at the table. Okay, I might need to switch to the. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna unplug my camera. All right, I'm gonna unplug. My mic is down here. I'm gonna unplug the computer from the dock. So this is gonna get unplugged, and we're gonna switch to the mic on this camera. Okay. So it's going to sound worse. So just be prepared for that. Get it on. Got a little tripod here that's going to help me so I don't have to carry it. Is Osmo 3 stabilized on a mini gimbal? Yes. So this is the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. It has its own on the thing. So if I shake it, stabilizes itself. So it does have an auto. Super cool. So I can walk around and it's not like all shaky cam. Super nice. Or if I want to get B-roll shots, I can. Even though it's like such a. I'm really impressed with it. Truth. Like it is a great. Okay. We're going where no man has gone before. You should be able to hear me. I do see it's kind of quiet, so maybe I'll talk a little louder. But you should be able to hear me. Can you hear me? Is it coming from this mic now? Inception. Sweet, thanks, Jason. Gonna pick one up for home movies and life soon. iPhone is convenient for capture, but difficult storage wise. Yes, sounds good. Cool. Yeah, dude, it is like really very cool. I will say it is so much better than a normal action cam. And it's like easy to hold, and it's got that great like the gimbal on it. I mean, it's got good quality. Look at it right now. Like, this is in 1080. Looks pretty good actually, doesn't it? You have some seriously cool stuff, bro. Thank you, man. It's unfortunately mostly it's like for video production. Video production's expensive. It's like, yeah, you can do most of it on your phone these days, but to do like kind of any kind of YouTube or stuff like this, you just need too much crap. So I'm holding it. Okay, cool. So you can hear me. We can hear your little tech YouTuber voice. I'm just talking to the camera, bro. Just talking. Relax. Okay. So I'm gonna put this down because I don't. Basically, how we're running is the camera is plugged into this, and this is running on battery. It should last a long time. It's a MacBook Pro after all, isn't it? Let's do this. So behind me, behind the desk, this is this corner. You see, this is the monitor we were on earlier. That is a little table over here. Let's see if I can move this. I'm gonna talk kind of louder because I think that maybe the mic can't hear me. This is a little corner where this is a treadmill, a walking pad that I use. And this is really nice because it's portable. It can roll out and it goes underneath the desk, and then I can just roll back in there. So I like to keep it here because it means I'll probably actually use it. And this is what we'll be doing for the PC build next week. We'll be using this. And then this is just some other storage for like lights and that kind of stuff. This is really cool. This is a gift from my family. We recently went on a trip to Japan. Actually, I can probably get in this shot actually. Hold on. Let me spin this guy around. 2, 3. Look at that. Yeah, so we went on a trip recently to Japan a few months ago with my family who's never been, and I was kind of the shepherd, the guide, did everything. And I had told them a long time ago that I wanted to get this, which is a map out of the metro system in Tokyo. Because if you know anything about Japan, they have some of the most amazing metros in the world. And specifically their Tokyo one is so well done and mapped out that they have so many different trains that run perfectly on time down to the second. And it's just, it's a next level of autism that most people don't realize they have. But I love it. And so I told them I wanted to get a really high quality printout of their map when I was there, because they have these huge maps that, you know, because hundreds of people need to see it all at once. I'm like, man, I wish I had this in my living room. And when we got back, they printed this out on canvas for me. And this is the Tokyo lines. They go out as far out to the airport and then all the way into Saitama, if you're familiar with Tokyo. So very cool, very cool. Has a little guide here, has everything you need, love it. And this is just kind of hanging out here. So I'm not sure where to put it, but it's a prized possession for sure. Okay, next is the closet. This closet is where Dylan is stuck in. So we're gonna get him out, okay? This closet's not that interesting, so I'll do my best. I'm gonna lower this a little bit. I can't see chat right now, so bear with me. This is the best way I can do it. This closet is where I do a lot of hiding my emotions. Like, I put stuff in here that should be organized, but it's just not. So this closet, if you notice, this is all needs to get very organized. So these are going to be things like fan cables, SATA cables, computer stuff. I bought a bunch of these recently. These are fan splitters. Just like this kind of stuff, action cam stuff. This one's called solder It's just my soldering kit. The fact that I it's like partially organized, but then, you know, things start to add up and it's like, just throw it all in here. And so I try to organize it the best I can, but you know, things end up here. This is my 3D printer. This is the Bambu Labs P1S. And let me see if I can get y'all a better view. Come on. Yeah, so this is the Bambu Labs P1S with the AMS on top. So this allows you to have different kinds of filament colors. And that's all up there right now. I do use this pretty often, not every day, but I do love it. It has a built-in camera, but I don't really like it. It's pretty low quality. So I put my own Ring camera on it and I 3D printed this mount. And whenever I want to print something, I just flip it. It shouldn't be. I just pull this down and then it's like looking inside. The light's off, so you can't see it, but it's basically looking inside there, which is pretty cool. And then whenever I am ready to get up, I pull it back up. Let me get out of here. Over here next to that, if you are familiar with the Home Lab videos, you will know this is my rack. So I will have like my home servers there, my network stuff is all here. I have a whole video on that, so I'm not gonna go too deep into it, but that has not changed much since then. And then the 3D printers on top. Let me check the chat. Alucard Sparta, you have the same printer? Very cool, man. Yeah, it's a good one. I love it. Again, let me flip this around. Dylan's fighting for his life in that closet, guys. I'm gonna get him out, don't worry. We will get Dylan out of this closet. This is, let's see. It's hard, it's a closet. This is the monitor and mouse and keyboard combo. These go down to the server. So if I ever need to tinker with the server and I don't want to pull the whole thing out, I have a HDMI out to it. This is a very old, cheap ass monitor I got at a garage sale for like $5. I would never spend any more money on this. That's the only reason why it's here. And then I 3D printed this thing to like hold the keyboard on top. And then if I want to use it, I can just pull them down here and use it here. But for the most part, they stay up here. The server does not often break, so I don't use this that often, but it is here when I need it. Then I have my nice little table here. Down here is just more storage mostly for the 3D printer. I have like all the filaments and mouse pads and stuff. And then I also have all my Switch games. My wife is the one who mostly plays the Switch, but I do play it sometimes. Rhythm Heaven. Let's see what else we got here. Donkey Kong Bonanza, banger. Dragon Quest III HD2 remake. The physical media is not dead, guys. It's not dead. Harry Potter collection, Octopath Traveler, Mineko's Night Market. We've got all these Switch games. WarioWare, Zelda, Octopath Traveler 2, Zelda, Super Mario Odyssey, Everybody 1-2 Switch, you know. If I could buy all physical media for PC, I would. And this over here is like a stack of games that for consoles I don't own anymore. Or maybe I never owned, really. I just have them for nostalgia's sake, I suppose. This is Phantasy Star Online. This is like one of my most beloved games. This is on Dreamcast. If you're not familiar with PSO, this was a hugely popular game at the time. It was like the first online game a lot of people played, where you could play it online on a console that came out in 1999. Think about that. You're playing online. And if you're a young person, that might mean nothing to you. But at the time, consoles were offline. So the fact that you could play an online game on a console was like crazy. And you were in America playing with Japanese people who had been playing for a while, so they were all better than you. See? Sonic Adventure 2, coming 2001. So yeah. So a lot of these are like just games I refuse to get rid of. This is my OG copy of Final Fantasy XIV. This is the original So this game has been out so long that I have a copy of it on DVD. This is the DVD copy that goes into your PC. This is a PC version of the original. This is not A Realm Reborn. This is the OG Final Fantasy XIV. I'm telling you, man. What else we got here? Yeah, just some old games. For anyone who played WoW back in the day, you know there was a time after WoW where everybody was trying to find like the next WoW killer. I bought all of them. I bought every WoW killer and none of them killed WoW. So they're wrong. These are DVDs. I have Aeon and Rift. I think Aeon 2 is going to come out soon. But look, this game's so big it came on 2 discs. Ooh. But yeah. Other than that, in the closet, there's not much else. It's like mostly storage. This is pretty cool. So what this is different shelves that I put up, shelving. And then each one of them has 4 of these parametric little boxes that I 3D printed. And these are where I actually hold my cables. Like these are actually well organized. So stuff like USB-C, power, HDMI, all that stuff gets put here, and each one has its own little parametric case that goes on this shelf. And so I've got 20 of them. No, maybe more than 20. 24, I think. 24 here. And these are all really shelf stable. And so if I ever need cables, I can come here. This is the alternative to having like that, what is that called? The shoe thing. You put the shoe on the wall, like the shoe holder, and then you put cables in it. You know what I mean? Like that cheap ass Nobe does. This is the better version of that. This is way more solid because this can actually handle, 10 gig NICs. Can handle a bunch of cables, heavy stuff like the server maintenance or the server rack maintenance stuff, patch panel stuff, like way better. And this isn't gonna rip off my wall like one of those stupid the shoe things. But yeah, that's the closet. The closet's not much. It's mostly storage for the channel. And then I also have this white whiteboard on the door. This is kind of like I just write down stuff for the channel. This idea is for the stream. This is the actual streams. Kind of like notes to myself with shorts to make, that kind of stuff. There's always like something I need to remind myself. So I like to have it visually and I like to write it out sometimes. So I don't always keep it all like 100% up to date, but I try my best. All right, I'm gonna take a sit break and then we will continue once I read some chat. Rift could have been it, man. How great would that have been, right? I like Rift. I think Rift is really cool. You might be able to install it and play that FF Gaming compatibility mode, which is insane. No, it connects to their servers. And so if you try to, you can install it, but ultimately it will force you to update to the newest one because it connects to their servers. So those games, they wouldn't work, unfortunately. What's a DVD unk? Rimlong, you are much older than me, my guy. Nice, man. I have an Ender 3, but it's so custom, like even aftermarket motherboard. It's not really an Ender 3 anymore. Yeah, I've heard of that. I like that kind of stuff. I like tinkering, but with 3D printing specifically, I don't want to tinker. I really want it to work. I want to be able to print something and it prints and that's the end of it. It's the one thing where I truly don't want to tinker. I just want it to work. It works really well, and 3D printing is a great thing to know how to do. It's really fun, yeah. There's been many times where we saved a lot of money just by 3D printing. It's great. I played the shit out of Rift before they nerfed it, the Bard. It was the most fun I ever had playing MMO. I liked Rift because you get to pick 3 classes and then make your own from it. That was really cool. Jason's a real one confirmed. 99.99 is a day to treasure. Hell yeah, man. I played PSO Blue Burst when my PC couldn't run FF11 online. Damn, dude. Yeah, FF11 is good too. I have FF11 in there as well. I played FF11 when it came to America on PC. No, on PS2. But that's a whole different story. That's like a whole thing. That's a different video. But yeah, I played PSO, and then Diablo 2, and then Final Fantasy 11. And then WoW, and like it just, you know how it is. Odyssey is perhaps the best Mario game. It's really good. I think Odyssey is up there. That's actually a very clean KVM setup for the server. Quite cool. Yeah, I like how it just kind of sits up there and it's just boop, pops down and there's no jank in there. It's just directly connected. It's pretty cool. I like your giant concrete block the most out of everything in the rack. Oh yeah, I didn't talk about that, huh? So the Bambu Lab printers shake a lot, and I have it on top of a network rack that has hard drives in them. So you don't want it to spin. It shakes a lot. And so when you put a very heavy brick concrete, that thing's like 25 pounds, on the bottom of it, it stabilizes it so much that the shaking pretty much goes away, actually. And I've tried doing it with the brick and without it, and truly having that thick piece of concrete at the bottom stops the shaking of the machine like 80%. It is like truly really good. And so I have that brick on the bottom, and then I have some I don't know what you would call it, the silicone mats that they have to like step on so your feet don't hurt when you're doing something for a long time. I have that above it to just soften the blow, and then I have the machine, and it like works wonders, dude. I can't even hear it most of the time. I can't hear the shaking because otherwise it goes crazy shaking because it prints so fast. Yeah, that's it, Dylan. That's how I played. Played FF11 on PS2 as well. I got the HDD and the network adapter. Same, man, shit was so epic for the time. Bought a keyboard for that too. Yeah. So what I would do, I was a child at this time. I was very, very much a child. I had the network adapter, which we had bought to play SOCOM. So we already had the network adapter, but then yeah, if y'all didn't know, Final Fantasy 11 was like $100 at the time, and it came in this giant box, and it came with an internal hard drive, and you would install the hard drive, a 3.5-inch hard drive, into the back of your PlayStation 2, put the network adapter on top of it, and then install Final Fantasy 11 from the discs onto that spinning drive. It took a day, very long, but then you could play a full-fat MMO on a console that big in like 2001, which is crazy at the time, but it was very cool. I mean, it was the kind of thing that they made that like, man, this is, you really got to want to play this game. And I remember the box was like so big. It was great. I loved Final Fantasy 11, probably more than any other MMO. I've played that one. Really like it. SOCOM, save us from COD, please. Yeah, the 11 updates took hours. Yeah, and so at the time, what was really cool is you could plug a most people don't know this, the fat PS2s had a USB port. And so you could plug a USB keyboard into it and it would work. So we had one lying around that I just plugged in a USB keyboard into it, and that was super sweet. So ain't ever coming back, boys? Yeah, that's true, actually. That's true. Great to know. I've got an extra 20-pound bag of play sand that will dampen the shaking of my own P1S. Let's drop stuff on the table before. Yeah, dude. Look it up, Shy Guy. Just be sure, because there are people talking about it, but having something very heavy on the bottom of it and then having something soft on top, that apparently is like the play. I learned all this from Reddit. This is not from like my own understanding, but because when I first got it, it was shaking the hell out of it. And people said, yeah, get that thick thing and that'll really help it. And it really does. Having a very stable base helps offset the shaking, and it's great. It was Halo on Xbox and Final Fantasy for PS2. That was about it. Yeah, I played a lot of Halo as well. Played a lot of Halo. Did you really end up selling your Steam Deck, or was it for that one video? So I'm gonna make more Steam Deck content, but I mean, it's hard to say. Like, think of it like this. I'm a creator, right? I need to be able to make videos on a bunch of stuff. I can't necessarily just sell everything immediately. But oftentimes I do. And then sometimes I rebuy them because I have to make videos on them. So the idea is that if I sold it, if I did or didn't sell it, it wouldn't matter, because if I wasn't a creator, I would have. That's basically how it goes. Like, if I was in the scenario and I wasn't a creator, I would have sold the Steam Deck and just stuck with the Odin. That doesn't mean everyone should, but that's what I did, and that worked out for me. Okay, need to recharge. Recharge. I can't believe we've only done the my desk and my closet. Dang, it takes forever. Maybe I should speed it the hell up. Okay. Next, I guess we can do this wall, and that should be pretty quick. Let me set this up. Let's talk the D20 in the back. We can get to the D20 for sure. I'll tell you where I got it. Let me turn the light. It's getting dark now. That should help. Gentlemen. Okay. So this is, you might have seen this in some videos. This is my pegboard wall. And so this is just a bunch of crap. I mean, truly, it's like things I need to grab. These are markers in case I need for marking stuff or for something's talking. Okay. Let me get closer. Take that down. Oops, don't follow me. Point over there. Yeah, so this is just like some RAM sticks in here, a bunch of cables, thumbtacks, just more like adapters, man. Like, you guys know how it is. Like, this is an HDMI video capture card. You know, that kind of stuff. This is HDMI to DVI, that kind of stuff. And these are just in here. This is all pegboard stuff. Tape. Febreze, like this sound thing. These are to hold 3D printed to hold my AA batteries. A bunch of different tapes. Like got masking tape, gaff tape. If you're in video production, you know what gaff tape is. Stuff for cleaning. So like this is to get the cat hair off my shirt, to clean electronics, to spray them, isopropyl alcohol, and then I also have the isopropyl alcohol in these little bottles if I just need a little small supply. Let me pull this over. No. A bunch of tools that I need up here sometimes. I have more tools in the garage, but these are things that I might not actually need here. So I have like scissors, some pliers, my screwdrivers, the glue gun, packing tape, ruler, thermal paste is over here. Let's go, just a bunch of stuff. This is AAA batteries, some more pens, glue sticks, the guy she told you not to worry about. Let's see, this is, what are these called? Zip ties. Yeah, this is a bunch of USB flash drives. So this is like a bunch of stuff I just need to grab and go, and I want it at a moment's notice. And then below it is this little table, and that table is generally kind of like, if I'm shooting something over here, I need to get it out of the way, I'll just drop it on here. So this is stuff that's coming in an upcoming video. The case is down here, and all this stuff is just thrown here because I was shooting it over here and I needed to get out of the way. So it's kind of like in standby mode. So I'll keep it on this little tiny table. The pillow is here in case I ever need to get on the ground, because sometimes you go underneath the desk, you know what I mean? And so I throw the pillow on the ground and then I'll use that. But yeah, this is my pegboard organizing stuff. Nothing's set in stone. I just throw stuff on here. This is pretty cool. So I brought this up in a previous one. This, let's see if I can get it without the glare. Yeah, if I hold it down, I can. This is a collage made by Ali Khan. Ali Khan is an employee at HeadGum. HeadGum is a podcast company previously ran by Jake and Amir, if you know who that is. She's a producer there, and she runs a Twitch channel called Gluing Shit on Paper, where she does live collages. And I commissioned this one, and she used a bunch of like really old like Radio Shack and Computer Company magazines and made this cool collage for me. And if you see, it says my name right there. It says the Computer Society. So this was commissioned artwork from her. So shout out to Ali Khan. And after she did that, it became the channel art. If you go onto my channel, this is the banner now. So pretty cool. So thanks, Ali Khan. Very nice. I have some things like that on my workbench as well. Nice. Is that what your wife's boyfriends looks like? Dude, exactly. These are a bunch of pins I've had recently. If you go to PAX, if you go to any convention, or if you buy trading cards, you just get a bunch of pins, man. And I'm not even like the biggest pin guy, but I feel like I didn't want to throw them out, so I just have like so many now. Let me try to get closer. It's just so dark. Yeah, I got some Yu-Gi-Oh, a lot of Pokemon. Jawa, I met Jawa at PAX a few years ago, and they gave me that pin, so that was cool. The Gamer Days 2022, a bunch of PAX stuff, Digimon, Kingdom Hearts. You just get a bunch of pins. I don't know, like, I like pins, I guess, but for someone who doesn't really care that much about pins, I certainly do have a lot of them. Hey, I'm over here now. It's getting dark in here. Shout out Ali Khan, yeah. Big shout out Ali Khan. Internet was so trash then. Yeah, dude. It was really tough. I didn't know that was Ali Khan. That's so cool. Yeah, that's from Ali. Is Jawa still in business? Yeah, they're kicking. Jawa.gg. Been meaning to watch you live for a while, but every time you go live, I missed you, bro. Yeah, thanks, man. Neurolysis, appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. If you guys, yeah, what Dylan said is true. If you want to hang out, you can join the Discord. There's a link in the description, or the mods can give you one. And we're going to be doing the streams every Monday night at 7 p.m. CST. Hopefully doing some cool stuff like this. Next week, I'll be building a PC on a treadmill. So, yeah, you can come to that. And then we'll figure out what we'll do the week after. I know people that throw away careers and marriages over FF11. Yeah, I don't know. People are weird. They go crazy. Let me back this up. Oh, this is one of my other lights. I don't know what it's called. I've literally had it for so long. It's on this stand. These lights don't come with the stands generally. This runs on big batteries. And it can do color. And you can do a variety of color. I have 3 of these. They're pretty affordable. And then I bought these little shadow boxes that don't fit them very well, but it does help diffuse the light, so it makes it less heavy on you. I use these mostly for like product shots and A-roll. I have 2 of them that I use for that, and then I have one that's just at my desk. So that light that is right there, that's plugged in right there. And if you see, it's pointing at the wall. So by having the light at the wall, it diffuses it so much better. So you're not gonna get like that really sharp, bright light. You know what I mean? When I'm setting my desk, obviously it's dark over here because it's over there, but you know, what are you gonna do? Let's see if Dylan wants to talk to D20. We can talk D20, man. Here, I'll go ultra wide for this guy. So this is my old desk that has become the display desk. It is a sit-stand desk, which is super helpful because it can just go up and down when I need to shoot stuff. So if I'm filming stuff, up, down, really, really helpful. So I don't have to move the tripod. I can move the table and bring it up and down. You know what I mean? Super, super helpful. And it's on wheels. That's very important. So I can push it back and forth. What's on the table actually? I have some stuff on the table that is like, oh, that fell out. It's for the next video. I was shooting them before we started this. So it's like a motherboard. Don't look too close, don't look too close. That's fine. I guess I can go through all of this stuff. Let me turn this around. And let me give myself a little light. Nope, don't need orange. Yeah. I feel like if you scooped up an early Steam Deck for $350 or whatever they were, that is an epic win. Yeah, I totally agree. The Steam Deck is a great deal when it first came out. Really, really fantastic. How do I turn this? Ooh. Okay, so if you've been a long time viewer of the channel, you see that there's stuff in the background all the time. Let me back this up. I need to talk louder so the camera can hear me. This is just stuff that I've collected, and just through the years, it's just been a part of the stream or a part of the video. None of this has been like specifically like I bought this to show in a video. It's kind of stuff I just want. This is a swamp cooler fridge, if you know what that is. This is like a real fridge. These really crappy fridges. I didn't buy this. This was actually sent over from Arctic. You see the Arctic logo there? Arctic makes those really good fans for computers, like the Arctic P12, the P14 Pro Max, you know what I'm talking about? They sent this over because we were collabing on some stuff that didn't pan out. But they sent this as kind of like a Christmas gift at the end of the year, say thanks for working with us, and that was really cool of them. So while I think these are really bad because they don't do a good job of keeping things cool, I thought it was really cool background. It's just a blue fridge. Why not? These are a bunch of toys that I got from Japan, from Gacha machines. If you've been to Japan, you know they have those little put the quarters in and you get to turn it. A lot of these are those kind of things. Or I won these from Claw Machine Games. So this is like from One Piece. Got Donkey Kong. What's her name? Himaru, I think. It's been a while. And then a little plant. So there is no like set stuff. I just throw stuff on here and hope it like looks cool. Let's go down one. Okay. Talk about the D20. The D20 is actually a lamp. It plugs in via micro USB and rotates through different rainbow colors. I don't have it plugged in because I can't control the brightness on it. It's very simple. It's a very simple lamp, and it doesn't look good on camera. So it's mostly just looks like a 3D printed D20, but it's not 3D printed. It has power. It's a lamp. I just don't plug it in. But it's pretty cool. Where did I get this? This was from ThinkGeek, which is out of business now, I think. I think GameStop bought them. So I bought this from ThinkGeek at a GameStop for like $10 many years ago. I don't know if they still sell it, but people ask me a lot about it. But it is legitimate. It's like a real D&D sponsored thing. Okay, this is not Lego, but this is from a Lego ripoff company. Lego, we're called Fantasy. Bad name. But they did really cool stuff, actually. This whole thing was assembled with bricks, just like you would with Lego. And it's a throwback to the old Microsoft 95 for all the old heads in chat. Let me see if I can get a better view. And it even has the keyboard and the mouse that plug in. And it has like a little disk drive, floppy disk drive, and the internals. If you take this off, it has like the hard drives and everything. It's really cool. And if you can see, if you click this, you can open up the Minesweeper stuff. Yeah, it's got some little, oh, it's broken. Okay, well, it's not that great quality. But yeah, pretty cool. And then you get the Model M keyboard here. Very cool, very cool. The setup is looking good, my man. Thanks. It's accumulated over the years. You know what I mean? It kind of just adds up. Let's see. You don't know anything about X99 chipsets, my good sir? Yeah, I know. I don't know that much, but I do have one right here. But that's okay, as long as they play the game, right? Let's bring this down even more. Here, let me get my chair so I can sit here and explain this. Okay. So, This one is another kind of Lego. This is a gaming PC. This is also by Fantasy. And if you notice, it even has like the, let me see if I can get a better shot. It has the GPU in there, the 2 RGB RAM sticks. Let me see if I can zoom in. Yeah. Look at that. Pretty cool. And my wife assembled this one as well. And I think it's supposed to be based on like the pre-builds, like the ROG Asus pre-built gaming PC. They call it the M600. And they sent those over for free, which is pretty cool. I don't know how much they cost, but if you like them, you can go on their site. It's called Fantasy. Bad name. Truly, truly a bad name. And then I've got some fake Sakura stuff here, just because I think it adds a little pop of color. Reluctant Hero, I think, or Grimlong, or someone talked about this the other day. So if you don't know what this is, I'll explain it, even though he seemed to know. This is not a Famicom. Famicom would be the Japanese equivalent of the Nintendo Entertainment System, as we would call it here in the States or in Europe. And this looks like a Famicom. It looks very similar. Same colors, yellow, the red. But if you notice, there's this little thing here and some extra Chinese writing here. So this is called a Famiclone. So back in the day, piracy in China was rampant. Like, I mean, everything was stolen. Every movie, TV show, game, nothing was paid for. There was a time where truly it was more likely for you to buy a cracked DVD than a real DVD in China. It just didn't happen. And so this was a clone. It's called the D99, and this was very, very popular in China at the time for years and years and years. Even to this day, you can buy this clone that plugged into a TV's, RGB connectors, and it came with little games that had like 100 games on them. This one alone says 401, and it has like a bunch of NES games on it that aren't very good. They're kind of poorly made ROMs, actually. But for a lot of kids in China who were allowed to play video games, this was kind of their childhood for a long time, well into the 2000s. I'm not even talking the late 80s. This was like the most popular seller in like 2005. Okay, so this is like a modern thing. These days, it's mostly bought on nostalgia, of course, and I bought this one in 2015 or 2016 when I lived in China. And we would play this on the TV there, my wife and I, and had a good time. Yeah, I mean, it's just fun to plug in and use the, these things and just play with an NES. Why not? Not the perfect experience, but this was like $12, and it came with a bunch of games. Who cares? The problem now is I'd like to play it here, but this is for a PAL TV. They use a PAL standard in China, and so if you know, we use NTSC here. This is all old school stuff, so if you're not familiar, don't worry about it. Basically, just know it can't really work on TVs here. So I would have to get a converter, which is not worth getting, truly, to play worse versions of games. You could just emulate them. But it would be fun to make a video on these, because these are pretty popular back in the day, and there's a lot of history here that I would love to go over in a video. I just don't think my audience would like it, so it's kind of just sitting here being backdressing for now, even though I used to play this a lot. Gotta go, man. Have a great night. Thanks, Frog Slayer. Have a good night, man. See, children, the PC used to lay flat under your monitor. That's why it's called a desktop. That is also why your motherboards are horizontal now. They used to be flat. Very true. Okay. Let's go over here. We got 20 minutes left, or maybe a little bit more. Let me go handheld for this guy, because I can't reach. I'm wrapping my cables around. Thanks for everyone for sticking around. I know this is kind of a hectic stream, but this is the kind of thing you can't do in a YouTube video because no one's gonna watch this. You know what I mean? So this is just for people who are crazy and who want the extended uncut cut. You know what I mean? Boop, boop, boop. Oh, I guess I could talk about. Don't worry about that. That's getting repaired. I did that. No big deal. Up here, you notice there's a black cloth on my ceiling. This is because when you shoot down onto a table for like a Steam Deck, right? Oh crap, hold on. Where? Here. No, that's not right. Oh, it's struggling. Come on. Go down. Okay. So if you're shooting something here and you're trying to light it properly, you are going to get a bunch of reflections because the light is bouncing off the roof. See that? See the reflections? It looks terrible on a handheld like a Steam Deck because the lights are just reflecting off it. So what you do is you put a black cloth above you, or you paint the roof black. And what that does is that it reflects the black cloth, which comes off as a shadow and kind of negates the lights. So if you get it in the right spot, at the right angle, you can get it perfectly without any reflections. So, this is like a low concept version of it, but I'm saying that is why we do that. So basically, if I put stuff here, there's a less chance that I'm going to get reflections on it from an overhead shot. Depending on where you're set up, where the lights are. You can even see reflections change as the camera moves. You see that? So you have to like have everything perfect. But if you do have it set up perfectly, you can play a Steam Deck or a handheld and it's not going to get a bunch of reflections. So that was a pain in the butt to put on the roof, but it has really paid off. It's been super helpful. It basically just stops reflections from coming up on everything, but it doesn't always work. But it does help a lot, which has been great. Up here, 1, 2, 3. This is my name. This is actually a lantern that was 3D printed by Valhalla over at Jawa. I think he's one of the head guys over there. He started 3D printing these, and he put a little light inside, so I can actually plug this in. The problem is that it's very, very bright, and I can't control it. It's just a standard light, so it is not plugged in for camera, but it is just here because I like it. It looks cool. I got to tell him what font to use, what it looks like, the spacing, and that kind of stuff. So pretty cool. This is just a cheap thing I got in China. You can actually play Tetris on this if you plug it in. It's not plugged in right now, but it's pretty cool. I think y'all have seen these. Like, if you plug this in, you can play like a full Tetris game on it. It's pretty sick. Down here are some stuff I got when I was in Japan for Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm not like the biggest Yu-Gi-Oh fan. I've watched a lot of it, but I will say I'm not like diehard. This is the Blue Eyes White Dragon, Dark Magician Girl, Red Eyes Black Dragon, and then the Winged Dragon of Ra. Just to like put something else in that background, really. I do like the dragons. I think the dragons look really cool. Those two specifically. I think dragons are really cool. And then we go down. Poorly made ROMs, excuse me, sir, it's called homebrew. No, dude, they're not homebrew. They are actual like copies of crap. Like imagine playing Mario, but it's just kind of bad. You know what I mean? It's not homebrew. It is literally trying to be Mario. It is Mario. It says Mario. It's just a poorly coded version of Mario. Okay. Down here, you might have seen, this is my Sega Dreamcast. That's how I played PSO back in the day. So it hangs out here because it's a good reminder. We've got Sonic the Hedgehog. I got this on my recent trip to Japan. There is a Sega store in Tokyo that has a bunch of Sega stuff, and I don't know, I felt drawn to Shadow. This is a I got this in America. This is a ripoff, a Chinese ripoff of a gachapon, which we were talking about earlier, where you put a coin in, you spin the wheel, and then it poops it out. Let's see. Let me see if I can get one to poop out. Yeah, there you go. And so, yeah. And I thought these were cool. I love gachapons. Me and my wife love these kinds of things. I think they're so fun. I just wanted to have one in our house. So it kind of hangs out there. Down here are some models that I need to put together. This is the Blue Eyes White Dragon model. These are like the kind, I bought these in Japan as well. War Greymon from Digimon, Metal Garurumon, and then this is an old Gundam. I need to put these together. I need time to do it. I just need to work on it. But yeah, these came from Japan in my luggage, and they are models that you kind of stick together and glue and all that stuff. You don't have to paint them, I don't think. I think these come pre-painted, but they are pretty cool. I would love to put them together and just being lazy. The ROM hack, brother. No, guys, they're not ROM hacks. They're not ROM hacks. They are poorly coded ROMs. Okay? They are trying their damnedest. They're just poorly made. It's not a ROM hack. It's not homebrew. I'm telling you, it is like, imagine you're playing Mario, but some guys are missing and it runs at 1.4x speed. Like, I'm telling you, it's just bad versions of the ROMs. They're not ROM hacks. They're not homebrew. They're not special games. You click on Mario, you're expected to play Mario. It plays the Mario sound. It is Mario. It's just poorly coded copies of it. I don't know how else to explain it. The colors are wrong. How the game plays is often sometimes just weird and missing stuff and just weird. Bootlegs, yes, they are bootlegs. Bootlegs is a better word, yes. Obviously, it's a bootleg, but I've played ROMs of these games that run perfectly, and these are not them. They don't run well. They're running very old, outdated ROMs that just aren't done properly. They were probably done a long time ago, and they've been kind of coasting on them because people don't care. And I think at this point, it's nostalgia because people actually like the poorly coded ROMs because they grew up on it. And to them, that is the game. Like, if you grew up playing a poorly coded Mario, and then you go and play real Mario, you probably would like the poorly coded one better because it's what you grew up on. So at this point, why would they change it? Because they're trying to do nostalgia bait, but that is not actually what they need to do. Cheetah Men quality, kinda. I would watch you talk for hours, bro. You're entertaining. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. I'm trying to make this as interesting as I can, even though it's just going through my stuff. You know what I mean? That's all it is. I think that is, for the most part, that is this area. We've got the big light here. What else can I show? That's for the most part, that's this office. It's not a big office. It's pretty small. And just to give you all some perspective, so I'm on this side of the desk we looked at earlier. Got the light looking at me. I'm sitting at this desk. See how close it is? I could reach out and touch that table if I needed to. So it's a pretty small office. I try to make do. So there is storage out there. We're gonna go out there in a second. And I have cleaned up a lot of the storage because I used to have too much stuff where all the extra equipment and lights and that kind of stuff gets thrown out there and mounting stuff because it doesn't fit in here. Or like I like to buy cases when they're on sale. So the cases go out there and then I'll use them in videos later. So it's just like overflow storage of here. Would be cool if you had a Pepsi Man. That would be cool. I don't have one. So let me put you back on the tripod. And then that's pretty much the last of it. Once we go into out here, that's the storage area. And it's the storage area because it's a little small part of my home that has nothing else to do. Like, there's nothing else to put there. Man, this is the problem with being tall, man. You constantly have to make stuff really tall. They don't make stands go up this tall. You know what I mean? They don't want you to do this. Okay. We're going beyond the door. 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 Oh, it's dark. The lighting's gonna be bad. Bear with me. Okay. So this is the corner. Wait, is that inside? What am I looking at? Oh. Is this even helping? No. Let me get this right. Okay. This is the storage area. So basically it's where I have all the crap that needs to get taken care of. So this is the table that I charge all this stuff on. So if I need a camera battery or batteries for my door, for the lights, everything gets charged right here. And then I'll put a lot of overflow on this table. Stuff will just get thrown here and it'll stay here for a very long time. And it's just kind of overflow. On the wall up here, this is all mounted. so I can have more of these holders. So these are like hold cameras, lights to the tables, microphones, that kind of stuff. What else do we have here? This is my, what is it called? Teleprompter. This is a teleprompter. Yeah, so all that stuff is here. Hold the door, hold door. All those mountings is here. Let's see, let's move it over a little bit. This is my fridge that I keep stocked with the healthiest water. Only water, because water is good for you. This is like more shipping stuff, and I have these attached via magnet because I like to have them ready. So I glued on some magnets to the back of these Daiso containers. So these are like little shipping bags in case I need to ship things. If I ship a computer, need some fragile stickers, you know how to. In the fridge, a stain that I caused earlier today. Mostly soda, water, energy drink, my old coffee. You know, this is for me though. This is my area. Don't even think about it. Over here, this is more of like, what's it called? More overflow storage, I would say. This is like old microphones or props or mounts. See, my other Yu-Gi-Oh cards are here. They're fake. Lights, different things. Like this is if I need to do a handheld shot, which I do sometimes when I travel. Like put this around my neck and then you mount the camera right there. That's how that works. Pokemon cards from a very long time ago. I still kept them. Some Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So like I use all of this as my overflow. Some very old cards. Nothing fancy. Okay. Down here at the very bottom, I have all my D&D books, which I do have many, but I also have a few prized possessions. Like, here, since we're talking about it, my original Final Fantasy XI strategy guide for the spring 2004 version. So because MMOs were always updating, they would update this like every 6 months or a year, and they would add in extra quests or whatever was added, which is pretty crazy to think about. So these actually got outdated, but it's pretty cool. I have a few other strategy guides from other Final Fantasies. Tend to, let's see, 7. This one's thick. This is 12. Look how thick it is. It is absurdly thick. But yeah, so that's kind of like my books and my my card area and my overflow stuff. Nothing too important there. This is also overflow. This is wire rack. This is where I put, oh my goodness, I was gonna move this stuff. This is stuff I got for cheap. Don't worry about that. Let's just ignore that. This is where I'll put overflow stuff of like, these are empty boxes. So I like to put, I keep empty boxes because I ship a lot of stuff, and I'll put like computers or parts in here that go here. But most of them, let's say, go on, most of them go here on this shelf. So this wire rack holds the key to everything, where like, hold on, I gotta turn this around now. Come on. Okay. So a bunch of cases go up here. I have cases down there as well. This is where all the storage for this. So let me get really close. I have a couple of power supplies here. It's really dark, sorry. Power supplies here that I'm going to use in future videos. Basically, I'll buy stuff when it goes on sale, and then I will keep that sale price and use it in a video, so you never know when you're going to need it. This just came in today. 9070 XT. So, you know, it's stuff will get purchased very cheaply and then used in a video, and then it gets, you know, of course it gets sold and thrown in the trash. Let's see what this is. Some more RAM, DDR5 RAM, stuff like that. A lot of coolers. Coolers will constantly go on sale. So I just have a bunch of these coolers that are like $10, but these are great to put in videos and to put in PC builds. Mostly have cases down here, some rope lights, case. These are a bunch of my fans. CPU coolers, used stuff, you know. Basically, if it's gonna get put in a video, it generally will end up on this shelf. Like this is the shelf of shelves. If anything gets put on here, this is it. And then I have extension cables, an extra monitor. This kind of stuff gets used all the time. So like you always want to have it on hand for that kind of stuff. Next time you're trying to get a Harry Potter Barack Obama Sonic backpack. I don't think that would be available just because it's not popular anymore, but you could find probably like a one piece kind of something, you know what I mean? Maybe one piece in Trump. It wouldn't be exactly what you're thinking of because it's not popular anymore, but you could get something similar, yeah. Very cool card collection, thank you. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was my first TCG, nice. Slifer goes so hard. They're not real. The ones I have aren't real, they're just for props. Yu-Gi-Oh! Used to be so easy to understand. I don't know why they had to add pendulum something, all these weird gimmicks. Yeah, it's just too much to know now. I am going to try to get into Magic the Gathering Commander, which would be really cool, but we'll see. Maybe. But yeah, so this is the overflow. But truly, the stuff that happens in the office can't happen without this because I need all this room. And right now I'm like going through and getting rid of a bunch of stuff. So this is a lot cleaner than it usually is. I'd say like half of it's gone, which is great. So I'm trying not to stockpile on it. Yeah. Little 3D printed dice tower. That's fun. I don't know why I have it. I'll probably give it to someone, but. Oh, nice. Some old Nintendo Powers. Oh, you can still business mail. Should I order it, guys? This one's very old. This is the Nintendo Power from The Legend of Zelda Link's Awakening. And you can tell it's falling apart. So this must be from 1994 maybe? 93? Let me see. Doesn't say. This was their 50th issue. So 5 years, because they did 10 per year. Yeah, the insides are still in good condition, but it's falling apart. So yeah, some cool stuff there. Okay, well, that's it out here. Can't believe this actually worked. I thought for sure we were gonna have a lot of issues. But yeah, that is pretty much it. Like the storage and this area and the closet. It's like it's all part of it. It's all, and I think for anyone who's not in video production, you think you can just shoot everything on your phone, and you can truly. If you go back and you watch the first year and a half of this channel, all of it was done on my phone and a mic, and you can do it. It's doable, but as you go on and as you start increasing your production value, you do need little things here and there that just, well, I need this mount for this video and I need this light for this video, and it just starts to add up. So it's not necessary. You can start being a creator with just your phone, and I would recommend that for sure if anyone's looking to do that. But eventually you'll just start needing things, like you'll start wanting to do more interesting things, and you just have to. Let me see. Let me lower this even lower. That's too tall, man. That's too much, man. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully that was interesting. I know it's kind of a mess, but I love making videos, and I love video production, and I love technology, and I love games. I think y'all can see that through all the crap that I've collected. And I used to have a lot more crap, truly. I had Pokemon cards from when I was a kid. I had games when I was a kid. I collected everything. I didn't want to throw anything out. And so I've been truly trying to cut that back because I don't want to be a hoarder. I don't want to be the type of person who just has like a bunch of crap sitting around. So I try to sell off what I can and only keep the stuff that truly is like really important to me or something I want to actually preserve. So yeah, it's hard, but I like crap, you know what I mean? Oh, here's something I didn't show. This is a mouse pad that came when Nvidia was advertising for Final Fantasy XI. Look at that. See the Nvidia logo? Yeah, this is a very old mouse pad that I still have, but I'm not going to use it. It's mostly a decorative piece at this point, but still pretty cool. So stuff like this I don't want to get rid of, but a lot of the stuff I have gotten rid of. And I got rid of a lot of the PC stuff in that area too, because it was starting to stack up, and it got to the point where I'm like, you know, am I ever gonna make a video with some of this stuff? Probably not. So I had to start offloading a lot of it and trying to focus only on like 1 or 2 videos at a time and not stockpiling. The cases are hard because cases are hard to sell. So I am gonna sit on the cases. I have like 7 cases in there that need to get used, but I'm not gonna buy any more. I'm not buying any more until these ones get used, because they're just too big. They take up so much space. Let me see. I think we're playing Back 4 Blood tonight. Are these guys ready? Oh, a lot of very angry messages. I type I'm ready. Yeah, I think we're playing Back 4 Blood tonight. How did you offload the PC stuff? Facebook Marketplace? So I'm actually I hate Facebook Marketplace. I used to love it, but I can't sell stuff on there anymore, man. I hate meeting up with people. I hate getting messages just from, it's all lowballers. I don't know what it is, but in Houston, I'd say 95% of the people who message you on Facebook only want to buy your stuff if it's basically free. And so they'll just bother you. And that's their whole job. They just sit there all day and just lowball people all day. And so you have to deal with it all day. And so, no, I generally don't sell on Facebook Marketplace unless I absolutely have to. I'll usually go online on eBay or Java or Hardware Swap, depending on the product. And it's just so frustrating. I hate Facebook Marketplace, man. I used to really like it. But it's just so draining on my soul to use it. So I mostly just do online stuff now, yeah. And I don't mind shipping, so it's fine. And I don't mind, I'll lose some of the money obviously from shipping and from like eBay fees or whatever. But truly, the amount of heartache I get to preserve my soul, so no matter what, it's worth it. I do have a lot more CPU coolers that I need to get through though, but they're like $8, so I'm not gonna sell them. I'm just gonna wait for more videos, and they'll start to use them. I have a big AIO cooler from Razer that I think was like $40 a few months ago. I need to use that. I think next week when we build the PC, I already know what it's going to be. It's going to be like a 7500 X3D and the 9070 XT. But I think maybe we'll do air cooling. Sorry. We'll do water cooling, AIO. So it's like maybe on a treadmill, that'd be really funny. Like a really big AIO trying to install it to the top of a case while walking on a treadmill. Damn it. Man, I was kind of hoping we didn't meet that goal. But it'll be good. Thanks to everyone who donated. I appreciate it. It's keeping me constant and consistent. Man, this worked out great. How great is the MacBook Air, man? I just carried it around. Someone messaged me. Dude, you're going to be ecking the Bach so hard in a few days. Okay, so he said that because I got a Xbox X, an Xbox One X, not a Series X, an Xbox One X, because I found out there are some games that you truly cannot play. Gears of War 1 was recently remastered on PC, so that's cool. But Gears of War 2, 3, and Judgment Day, and I think 4, truly cannot be played on a PC unless you're willing to use cloud. And so what you're doing is you're paying Game Pass, you have to pay them, and you use cloud to emulate from an Xbox somewhere, and then emulate that to your PC. I'm like, dude, not only are you emulating, you're clouding, you're going, like, it's like so many different layers just to play a game, right? And I'm like so frustrated by it. Because I wanted to play through Gears of War 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm like, wow, surely they must be on PC. They're not. And Halo 5 is not on PC either. Fable 2, not on PC. You know what I mean? And you could, like, what's it called? You could emulate yourself, like on Xenia. Gears of War 4 is on the Microsoft Store, which is including Game Pass. Okay, 4 is the one you can. And I know 5 you can. 5 you can play on PC for sure. But the first 3 in Judgment Day you cannot. Or 2, 3, and Judgment Day. But it's included in Game Pass. I don't want Game Pass. I want to own the game. You know what I mean? And Fable 2 and a couple of other stuff. Beyond Good and Evil, the HD remaster, the 2011 one was delisted because they made a new one for PC, which requires the Ubisoft store. Brute Force on the original Xbox, you can't play that anywhere, it's just too old. 2, 3, and Judgment are still 360 exclusive, but there was code found with the new Xbox releases on the store. That's cool. Yeah, so I just wanted to play them, and I wanted to have an Xbox console, because I actually never played the Xbox One, really. I mean, I've played it at other people's houses, but I never owned it, even though I was a huge 360 fan. I mean, man, the Xbox 360 was like my main console for a long time. And then Xbox One came around and just didn't care. I was pretty deep into PC at that time. So I bought an Xbox One X, the old one, so I could play some of these older games on our living room PC. And not through emulation, and not through cloud, and not through Game Pass, and not through Ubisoft. You know, like, I just wanted to play the damn game, which is so frustrating. Luckily, those consoles are old and they're pretty affordable. You can find some pretty good deals. But what's cool is that the Xbox One is not so old that it doesn't have Game Pass. It actually does have Game Pass. So if I ever wanted to, I could subscribe to Game Pass and play whatever I want on it, which is cool. Like, I like options. I just don't like being forced to do something. You know what I mean? I like having options, but if it's the only way, that pisses me off. The 360 is goated. I love the 360, man. I owned the Xbox One. I had to replace it E-times for the disk drive. The Xbox One is known for disk drive issues. Yeah, that sucks. I mean, the Xbox 360 had its own issues too, with the red ring of death and all that stuff. So hopefully the one, I ordered one online. Hopefully it shows up and it just works, because honestly, there's a few games I just want to play in my living room and just kick back and enjoy an Xbox experience for a little bit. Game Pass started on the Xbox One. Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's crazy how much value you can get there for how cheap the consoles are. I saw Xbox Ones, if you want the base edition, so you're like, you don't want the S or the X, they're like $60. Crazy. Like $60 for a console. It's like, and it can play games up until like 2020, right? Forza Horizon 5 was released on Xbox One. Isn't that crazy? So it's like, if you're okay with not playing games from the last 5 years, yeah, I mean, I don't want to play any new games on Xbox anyway. I want to play them on my PC. So,
Xbox One X is a good middle ground too between the Series X and the base X Bone. Yeah, I agree. That's what I thought too. I thought, I don't want to buy the base one because I want something a little better. But then I'm like, I don't want to buy a Series X or a Series S because they're way too expensive. Even used, they're expensive for what they are. And I was looking at it and like the Series S and the Xbox One X are surprisingly similar. In a lot of ways, the Series S is better because it's built on Zen 2 architecture. So it's like a newer chip and can probably play a lot of games smoother, but it can't do 4K 60. It can't do 4K at all. But the Xbox One X can. It can do 4K in a lot of games. And so it's kind of like a toss up between them, but it's surprising how much cheaper the Xbox One X is. And I like that it has a disk drive because I went through and Gears of War 1, 2, 3, 4, Halo 5, Fable 2, and a couple other games. They're like $4 each. It is like nothing for these old games, like $4. And then once you play them, you can resell them. Basically get all the money back anyway. So it's awesome. I love physical games. There are games still being made for the Xbox One? Yeah, that's crazy, man. What, Football Club? I probably wouldn't play any of the new ones, but I just wanted access to my my Xbox Live account because I had stuff from back in the Xbox 360 days. I'd love to play some of that stuff. And just play around with an Xbox. Maybe I'll make a video saying, should I buy an Xbox One X or a gaming PC? Are these in here? Oh, he's ready to play. Oh. Halo 5 needs to hurry up and come to PC. My wife and I are planning on doing all the Gears and Halo games as we were missing 2, 3, Judgment, and 5. Yeah. So I say that too because I recently went through the Halo Master Chief Collection and we did 1, 2, 3, and Reach. And possibly 4. I can't remember. Maybe we did 4 already. And then we're still working on Reach, but we're like, okay, what's next? I'm like, well, it's gotta be 5. It's like, well, 5's not on there actually. Surprise. It's like, oh, okay, interesting. And then I thought about it, and that's when we started talking about Gears. And I'm like, well, maybe Gears can be on there. And I've been saying this for the last year. Gears of War needs a Master Chief collection. It needs a Marcus Phoenix collection. Like, bring all the games to PC, online multiplayer, online co-op, with better remastered graphics. Why not? It's hard because it was only published by Microsoft. It was created by Epic, so truly it would be in Epic's hands, and I think they are too busy with Fortnite to make that. But I think a Gears of War remastered edition, a la the Master Chief collection, would be great, man. Because we were playing the Master Chief collection. It's old. It's like 10 years old at this point. It still looks really good. We were really happy playing it online. It ran so smooth. It was super fun. Like, it's just so nice to be able to play those old games online with each other again. It was just great, man. Okay, I don't know why we got 3 remakes of Gears 1, but no 2 or 3 or Judgment. Yeah, they were obsessed with the first one. I mean, they made the first one, they made Ultimate Edition, which was on Xbox One. They made the HD remaster, and they made the newest remaster or whatever. Like, they just kept, it's always one. And they brought the newest remaster, and I guarantee you, in their mind, they're like, hey, let's remaster 1, and if it does well on PC, we'll release the others. And it's like, well, you've already released them. Why not do all of them, man? Like, come on. Did you know there's a Gear 2 PC port? It runs amazing, but you can tell it's vibe coded and Coop is dookie on it. I've heard a few things. I looked into it. There's Xenia and there's some other emulations, and there's some decompiled ones that do run on PC. But yeah, I went through all of them, and they're all seeming like a little bit too complicated. And it actually seemed like the easiest way was to just buy an Xbox, unfortunately. For what I wanted to do. Like, it's all technically possible. If you go this way, that way, under and above, you'll eventually get there. But sometimes you just want like the easiest way out. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you're willing to pay a little bit of money to live and not have to do all this and teeter on this rope just to play a damn game, you know? It was rumored the reason why Gears 1 was remade again was for PlayStation, so they can make an MCC version of Gears, but it's probably scrapped now because they want to make E-Day Xbox exclusive. Yeah, that would be great if they did. I'd be down for that. It'd be great, but it's going to be hard to do. And yeah, I saw that they made E-Day Xbox exclusive, which is interesting. It's so funny. They went so far. Like, Xbox everywhere, no more exclusives. And they're like, wait, maybe we actually need exclusives to make money. But okay, guys, I'm going to call it there. Thanks, everyone, for watching. Sorry this was a bit of a weird stream. Sorry if the audio was bad. I don't even know what it sounds like right now. I'm just using the mic from the camera. But I appreciate everyone for watching. And I appreciate everyone who donated for next week's build. So next Monday, 7 p.m. CST, we will be building a PC on the treadmill, and I will have a camera on my feet. So that will happen. Thanks again for everyone watching. And if you have any ideas for something we could do in a future stream, let me know in the Discord. Maybe we'll give it a shot, because I have some ideas, but I'd love to see what y'all want to do. It'd be super fun. And if you're watching the VOD of this, thanks. Hope that was as long-winded as you wanted. I don't think it'd be fun to make a 10-minute video of me saying, here's my closet, here's my desk, here's my shelf. You know what I mean? I think it's more interesting to go through everything, even if it's a bit exhaustive. You know what I mean? Like the stream, please. Yeah. If you can like the stream, that would be great. It helps people find the VOD a little bit better. Have a good night, Mr. C&D. Thanks, man. Kawhi Leonard. Have a good week. Play some games. Get out there. Chop it up. Thank you very much. See you in the Discord. Be sure to get it.